it's Jessie from Squeegee and Ink. As promised, this is the first episode of the How to Start a T-shirt Brand Properly series. So what we find is that a lot of people don't quite do the foundational steps that they need to properly start a business. And what they do is they accidentally get themselves into a hobby. So it's kind of like being friend-zoned in a relationship. So I'm just going to show you the steps that you need to do and in the correct order, because there's some that you can't do without having done other things. So I would say the first thing to do is to come up with your brand name. So that sounds quite easy when I just say it like that, but we personally went for something quite a little bit shocking, but also quite jarring and hopefully memorable. So we went for Blind Maggot, and we've made that a limited company and we've trademarked it. So it is Blind Maggot Ltd. So we feel like that's quite a memorable name, but also it's quite intriguing. Like hopefully you'll think, oh, why Blind Maggot? So that will like lead into our story a little bit more. So one thing that you'd have to do is go on to Companies House and make sure there aren't any other businesses or companies that have the same trading name as the one that you want. This just like helps you sidestep any problems later on down the line. So let's have a look at how to do that. So I'd go on to, I'll type in something like Companies House name search, and then it comes up here. It's like company name availability checker. So it couldn't have been easier. And then here we would put in, for example, Blind Maggot. But we've already gone through this stage, so it will pull us up here, look. So Blind Maggot Ltd, incorporated on the 11th of August. So it might feel like quite a serious thing to actually make a limited company, but I think it shows that you're taking yourself seriously. So when you're choosing your brand name, you also want to look at the trademarks and make sure that no one else has a conflicting trademark attached to their name that you might be treading on. And also you want to look to see if you can put your trademark in to protect your own brand. So the government have this really easy to use website. I got to it just by searching in trademark search, and it just brings up the proper government one. You don't need any of these other people looking at it for you initially. This is just to see if it's wide open. So let's say if we're looking for gangrene again, keep the classifications really wide open so that you can see everyone else's businesses. So this might pull up quite a few. Let's have a little look. Here you can see you've got all the other ones that kind of sound like gangrene or have green in them, because no one's going to call their business gangrene. So we've got the world is blue and green, red hot and green, lean and green, and it goes on, but there probably won't be a gangrene in there. So this initial check is just making sure that you're not putting in effort where it doesn't belong, so that you've got your brand name and it's free and open and ready to use. So one of the major considerations is going to be storage, because the way we're doing it is we're printing a lot of things and then we're storing them. We're not printing on order or on demand or anything like that. So if your capacity is a box underneath your bed, your capacity is like shrunk right down. So the first thing we did actually was make sure that we've got some storage outside of the studio, so it's not like getting messy or anything. So we've got one of these little containers. We're in a builder's yard, so I got it, basically I made them move their other stuff out of the way so we can have some space. But we kitted it out, and we've even got electrics in there last week, so I'll show you around a little bit. We haven't got any t-shirts in there yet, but we found some of these like shelves that you knock together. We sprayed them black because everything has to be black. And then we've got some of these little cubby boxes to see if they work out. We've got some packing materials up here. We were going to put this strip light in, but we've like properly queued in some electrics so that you can work in here because it's coming into winter. We're going to have a computer. We've got a little desk area, so you can have your radio and all that type of thing. And these drawers are just going to be like, you know, stickers, bags. You just got to take it seriously, because if you're taking it seriously, then you're going to have the capacity to be actually able to drive the sales and the demand, and it all loops around. But this is really important for us, and this is only our first step. We've got other containers in mind for when we expand beyond this, which hopefully will be pretty soon. So another really important step is that when you get going, you're going to want to be like everywhere. So Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, all of those. So it's really important that you go on there now and quickly search for your brand name, just to make sure it's free, just to make sure there isn't like a weirdo with that posting in your brand name that you could get like misconstrued with. So let's look at Blind Maggot. When we initially did it, it was wide free, and now we're the only ones there who have got anywhere near that name. So that is wide open. We haven't done any posts or anything, but we've done that initial check.